So clearly it's a lot sunnier and warmer than what this video title entitles. We're currently in Dominica, but we're posting about the video back from Scotland. So we're going to explain a little bit about the night dive. Mark?
Yeah, so it's actually the end of our trip back home in Scotland. As you guys seen in the other episodes where we were exploring around Scotland, the UK, and went to the Go Dive show. But we actually headed back to the A-frames to go do a night dive just before we actually headed out to Roatan. So let's jump in and let's actually go explore this night dive in A-frames. Awesome dive.
We're expecting to see a lot of crabs, a lot of stuff like that. Mark told me there's little cuttles here, but I told him there's unlikely to be any because that's my luck. So we're gonna see what we can find and see what's in the water.
Yeah, so let's jump in and let's go see how it goes. After an amazing month being back home in Scotland, we head in for our last dive. Back at the A-frames, we'll tag our first dive at the A-frames for you guys to watch during the day, but this time we're doing it at night. Now what I was really hoping we were going to have is the little cuttles. They used to be everywhere on this dive site, but unfortunately we didn't have any tonight. But what we did have was crabs and shrimp everywhere. I mean, we were moving around me and Holly, as you can see, looking around. It's a little bit murky. We're currently at 15 meters and there is crabs and shrimp everywhere. Even cod, we had some ballan wrasse. There was so much life to look for. One thing you also look at this dive site is you want to look under all the beams. As you can see, we're coming to another beam, and at night the shrimp come out in their masses. There's thousands of them. They're everywhere. And we're just like, how is there so many here? Because you don't really see them during the day, but at night they are out hunting, exploring, just being everywhere, and it's so cool. Look how many there is on this dive right now. And this was just on one beam, right next to a squat lobster as well, but they were everywhere on every beam. And the beams are being coralized. They're full of dead man fingers, sea squirts. There's just so much to see. People don't understand, why would you want to dive in Scotland? Why would you want to dive in cold water or the UK? And you just look around, and even the pipes, you find conger eels. Now in the tropics, conger eels are in deep water, thousands and thousands of feet deep. In the UK waters, they're only in about 10 metres of water, even shallower sometimes. They are everywhere in Scotland, and Holly's like, that's cool, that's so cool to spot. Because she's only seen one conger eel before, and that was at Southwest Breaker in Bermuda at night. Very rare to see them in Bermuda, but in Scotland and the UK, they are everywhere. And even just hiding around in like the junk of everything, you'll find more crabs, velvet swimming crabs, you'll find edible crabs. You look in all the A-frames and there's just crabs and urchins and just so much marine life. Even some poor cod as well. This is why Scotland is awesome to go dive. It's almost a bit like muck diving, cold water muck diving, but it's definitely worth it because you'll get rewarded to what you can find. But as we continue moving around the dive site, you can just see how much has been coralized. And it's amazing to look at the different cold water species, because you know you're in the tropics all the time, you're seeing colourful, beautiful coral, and in the cold waters you also get colour and beautiful marine life. Even look here, we've got a velvet swimming crab with purple starfish. There's colour here as well, and the marine life are generally not scared of you. In the Caribbean or the Southeast Asia, the crabs run from you when they see you. Here, they just stare you down like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Especially velvet swimming crabs, known as devil crabs. And then I come across two edible crabs, but look at the size of this monster one. Absolutely huge, just sitting there underneath. But we're going to have a little intermission coming up to tell you what the surprise on this night dive was. So stay around for the intermission coming up of me and Holly telling you how this happened, what happened, and then you're going to see the footage. So hang around for that, guys.
Okay, so we're going to have a brief pause in this video and come for an interview with Mark Wynn, a little bit about what he saw in the water. So, I hear something bumped you in the water. What did you think was happening? Mark?
We need more funding because our mic is a spoon.
Go.
Alright, okay. So during dive, I thought I was being an awful diver, like terrible, all over the place.
He was, but you know.
I wasn't. So I was filming the squat lobster, which you've seen the footage before Holly cuts to this point. And I was wondering, am I caught in an A-frame here? Is something happening? I turned my light back, and anyone who dives in Scotland knows you only see about a metre away at best. And all I could see was a huge silt cloud. So, okay, maybe I'm being a terrible diver.
But he also pinned it on me and told me he thought I was bumping him and being a terrible diver. Which clearly I wasn't, because I'm a perfect diver.
Yeah. Anyway. So, go back to film the squat lobster, looking around, I'm still wondering, something's bumping me, something's going on. Look back, bigger silt cloud, still couldn't see anything. Now, I do know there's a certain type of animal that does hover around here, mammal, so we'll go have a look. And I thought, maybe it's there, maybe it's not, but I doubt it. Continue swimming along, and I have a sea bass sitting right under the rocks hiding away, and I thought, okay,
now,
something is odd now.
Mind you, at this point we're in like 3 meters of water and about to end our dive.
Yeah, so we just finished save stop, and then I have a fish come right up at the end and bite me in the hand, being aggressive, and I'm like, well, that's very unusual. There's something about. We pop up after finishing the dive, and all I hear is a big snort behind me, and I turn round, and what did I see?
A seal!
A seal was right behind me, pretty much like just here, like literally there behind me. Turn round, and I screamed to Holly, seal!
Seal! So
and
we're
I've
gonna
never
get
seen
some
her
footage of that.
so excited. So what did we do?
We went back underwater and we filmed it. So we're gonna roll those clips so you guys can see the seal too. So stay tuned for a couple seal clips. I scared him. He came really close though. He moved towards me that time.
Oh my goodness, look! It's his head right here. Oh no, right there. Oh no! Do you want to have a go? Okay. He's killed.
Now how awesome is this? Comment below if you know it is Beryl. I don't think it was because it was a bit too small for Beryl, but this was our visitor, our surprise visitor. A grey seal just playing with us, chilling, eating fish, just relaxing. I mean, we are only in like 2 meters of water because he popped up right at the end when we finished our dive, but we had to pop back down and go dive with him. But I hope you really enjoyed this, guys. We've got the outro coming up, so stay around for that. And thank you so much for continuing to support our channel. What did you say?
That's all I wanted in Scotland.
Seals.
We can end our channel here.
No. Yeah, but a seal over a little cuttle.
Oh, so cool.
See you next week.
So we really hope you enjoyed this video. My favorite part of the dive was quite obviously the seal, because we never got out to the Farne Islands, which is where we wanted to see all the seals. So it was really cool that we got a seal at A-frames, and we think it had a name? Yeah?
It did. So there is a seal really common in Loch Long called Beryl, but this one was bigger than Beryl, so I'm not 100% sure, but anyone who dives back home more regularly than I have done the last couple of years, you guys have seen the seal, tell me if that one was Beryl, but I thought Beryl was a little bit bigger, but maybe I'm wrong.
So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Later!
Bye.
Bye.